Greetings. I am Joel Phanord, and this is my final oral presentation for the public address course taught by Professor Phillips on May 12, 2023. The address that I'm choosing to speak on today is called Acte Independence. This address is so important because prior to 1804, when it was given, the island of Haiti was colonized by France. France had brought over slaves from the African country Senegal and Democratic Republic of Congo to the island of Hispaniola, and through their colonies were reaping sugarcane off the backs and labor of slaves and making millions. However, in 1790, it just became too much. And so, led by Haitian revolutionary Toussaint Louverture, the Haitian slaves came together and revolted and started what would become a 14-year-long war against French colonists in order to claim their independence. They were so successful in killing thousands of French colonists that it caused Napoleon Bonaparte to send over 25,000 troops to Haiti to try to put an end to it. And still, he failed. The only thing he succeeded in was capturing the leader of it all, Toussaint Louverture, and imprisoning him in France, where he would remain until his death. And so the charge was left to be picked up by his second-in-command, Jean-Jacques Dessalines. After all these wars, Jean-Jacques was fed up, and he realized that the French were not letting up anytime soon, and so he needed to make a statement. On January 1st, 1804, he gave the address, Liberté ou la mort, which translates to liberty or death. This is what's known as the Haitian Declaration of Independence. In this speech, he is literally motivating all the islanders of Haiti to come together and join him in fighting against the French at no cost. At this point, the war has raged on so long, but I would rather die than to experience slavery ever again. And he wanted the Haitians to join him in that pledge. Either we get our freedom or we die trying. And this address is so personal to me because I myself am first generation Haitian American. I'm the first person in my entire family to be born in the United States. All my predecessors were born in Haiti, right in Gonaives, where this address was delivered. And so, when I think about it, if it wasn't for this address, if it wasn't for the actions of Jean-Jacques Dessalines, if it wasn't for the sacrifices of the people who followed him, if it wasn't for the success of the Haitian Revolution, I, Joel Richard E. Phanord, would not be standing here today. I'm very grateful for this address and for everything that it's done. And as far as public addresses go, this to me is one of the greatest examples of public addresses of all time. As far as public addresses go, this checks off every box. It was delivered by the emperor, the first emperor of a sovereign country known as Haiti. A public address is defined through our coursework as a speech that is delivered from a powerful or influential figure to a vast, large audience that can then be disseminated throughout the world for consumption of all. This speech, after being delivered from the sovereign ruler of a sovereign country, was printed and dispersed throughout the entire island, and then from there dispersed to other countries. This created so much shock that it caused countries like the United States to come into the Louisiana Purchase with France, purchasing their land because France no longer had any use for it, but also causing Southern slave owners to become harsher to their slaves because they were so afraid that their slaves could take on the mentality that the Haitians did and rise against them. Not only that, it also established Haitian Independence Day, which is another part of public address, creating some type of cultural, global, historical impact. And I don't think what's more impactful than establishing the independence of a country. that's celebrated by all of its citizens over 2 centuries later. And then, of course, it hits all 5 of the public address elements. The first one being style. This style being very formal. While he delivers it, he is addressing people with their titles, referencing generals, acknowledging what generals are there, who's signing off on it, while also referring to himself as a general-in-chief. The way he delivers it, it's as though, this is my word is final, and anyone who is against it, be cautious. On top of that, like I mentioned earlier, it was printed. With the printing style, it then makes it able to be seen by everyone around the world. The persuasion element of it is all pathological. The other elements would have been logical or ethical. However, in no way does he need data or research or numbers to back up what he's doing. And he also doesn't use anyone's credentials in order to verify that what he is saying is correct and that people should follow him. He is moving off of pure passion, the pure desire to never feel chains on your wrists and ankles again. That fear of living in slavery and realizing that that fear is greater than the fear of dying. When you take life and hold it by the extremes and you live for the extremes, it's like he wanted to light a fire under the Haitians. There wasn't any logic involved, because logic tells you do whatever you can not to die. And he's saying, we're going to do this, and if we die trying, it'll be worth it. Therefore, the persuasion is purely pathological, but it is 100% there. Next, we have the exigence, which speaks for itself, slavery. What is the situation here? We are trying to end the unjust beating, murder, and labor of our people. Then we have the rhetoric. Rhetoric being described as meaningful communication to an audience of people trying to bring about impactful change in the world. And the rhetoric he uses, it's as though he is trying to ignite people, to put an end to slavery, but the means to do it will require extreme violence. But he spoke from the perspective of a leader. His rhetorical situation was getting the Haitians to join him in the fight to end slavery. His rhetorical audience will be the citizens that he considered Haitians, which would be anyone who wasn't a French colonist. And ultimately, I would think he did very well in that. And the rhetoric is very unique to this situation, but highly effective. And one of the greatest examples of, I will say, a rebuke of white supremacy from the mouth of a black leader. As far as appropriateness, again, when it comes to slavery, there isn't much that's off limits. However, he does very well in being here for this moment and not think about any other moments but this moment. The context here is what makes it everything. And I think this leader does a very good job of catering to the context, catering to the moment, and makes all of this that happens, the murder, the bloodshed, the violence, the fight, the means to an end, justified. And now I will deliver the address. Being that Haiti is a Creole-speaking country, Creole being a derived version of French that the slaves would use to communicate amongst themselves as well as with their slave masters, I will deliver this address in its original tongue first, being French. And I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm only going to do the main parts that give the gist of what the address is saying. And once I'm done, I'm going to deliver it in English so that you understand. However, I would like to deliver it in French to give the entire effect of what it is exactly the Haitians who heard this speech heard and felt in that moment from their sovereign leader. Citoyens, ce n'est pas assez d'avoir expulsé de votre pays l'autre d'abord qui l'ont ensanglanté depuis des siècles. Ce n'est pas assez d'avoir mis un frein aux factions toujours renaissantes qui se joignent tout à tour du fantôme de liberté que la France s'exposa à vos yeux. Il faut, par un dernier acte d'autorité nationale, assurer à jamais l'empire de la liberté dans les pays qui nous avons naïs. Il faut ravir au gouvernement inhumain qui tient depuis longtemps nos esprits dans la torpeur la plus humiliante, tout espoir de nous ressaisir. Il faut enfin vivre indépendance ou mourir. Indépendance ou la mort. Que ce mot sac nous ralliant et qu'il soit le signal de combat et de notre réunion. Nous avons aussi liberté, aussi l'être par nous-mêmes et pour nous-mêmes. Paix à nos voisins, mais anathème en France. Un éternel à la France, voilà notre cri. Et combattant pour votre liberté, je travaille à mon propre bonheur. Généraux et vous chefs, réunis ici près de moi pour la bonheur de notre pays. Le jour est arrivé, ce jour qui doit éterniser notre gloire, notre indépendance. S'il pouvait exister parmi vous une tiède, qu'il s'éloignait et tremblait de prononcer les serments qui doivent unir nous. Jouons à l'univers entier, à la postérité, à nous-mêmes, de renoncer à jamais à Allah. France est de mourir plutôt que de vivre sous sa domination. De combattre jusqu'à dernier soupir pour l'indépendance de notre pays. Prêt donc, entrer dans mes serments de vivre indépendant et de préférer la mort à tout ça qui tendrait maintenant, c'est les jours. J'ai enfin pour poursuivre à jamais traite l'ennemi de l'indépendance. Fait au quartier général de Gonaïves, le 1er janvier 1804, la première année de l'indépendance. Citizens, it's not enough to have you expelled from your country the barbarians who have been bloodstaining it for 2 centuries. It is not enough to have restrained the ever-renewing factions that took turns playing with the phantom of liberty that France displayed before our eyes. It is necessary by a final act of national authority to ensure forever the empire of liberty in the country that saw us born. It is necessary to snatch from the inhumane government that has kept our spirits in the most humiliating torpor for a long, all hoping enslaving us again. It is finally time for independence or to die. Independence or death. Let these sacred words rally us. Let them be signal of our combat and our union. We dare to be free, and we dare to do so by ourselves, for ourselves. Peace to our neighbors, but an attempt to France. Flame to the entire city of France. Through fighting for your liberty, I have discovered my own happiness. Generals, leaders, gathered here near me for the happiness of our country, the day has come. The day that will eternalize our glory, our independence. If there could exist among you a lukewarm heart, then go away as you tremble to pronounce the oath that unites us. Let us swear to the whole universe, to posterity, to ourselves, to forever renounce France and to die rather than to live under its domination. To fight until the last breath for independence of our country. Therefore, pledge in his hands the oath to live free and independent and to prefer death to anything that will put you back under the yoke. Finally, swear to pursue forever the traitors and enemies of your independence. Done at the headquarters of Gonaïves on January 1st, 1804, the first year of independence. Thank you.